This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and welcome to Cold Lake, Alberta, your site for the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships this weekend, April 1st through 3rd. I'm Tyson Dolynny, and it's my pleasure to have the call for you this weekend over here on rink number 2. 3 games today, 3 games tomorrow, one semifinal Sunday morning, and then we hop over to Imperial Oil Place, the main rink for this tournament, and get the gold medal game underway at 3 o'clock on Sunday and get this all finished up nice and tidy in one nice weekend to crown a provincial championship for the U18 Female B Division in Hockey Alberta. Now, it's been a long while since I last got a chance to call some hockey, and especially call some hockey in Cold Lake. It's been 3.5 years since I last called a full hockey game, so right now, as I'm speaking to you early on in the live stream, I'm asking for a little bit of forgiveness as we get this underway. It's going to be a little bit of a mess to begin with. I haven't had the practice a guy could dream of having to lead up to this tournament, but it's all in fairness works out, and we'll have a little bit of fun along the way, a couple of laughs. And don't worry, I'm the first guy to tell you I'm a goof. We'll have fun with it, and we'll go along the ride as this weekend develops. That said, we've got this afternoon, or this morning, and I guess it's only 11 o'clock this morning. Let me get the scorebug graphic up for you, and let's get what we need to know. We've got the Beaverlodge Blades and Leduc Roughnecks for you this morning in Rink 2 action over here in the Cold Lake Energy Center. And of course, these two teams coming into the provincial championships looking same goal as everybody else, to come out of here with the titles. So that's going to be great. I'm going to let this go for right now, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. And first, of course, I would like to do one last thing, is thank all the volunteers, everybody involved in this tournament in making it happen. A, for having me here and allowing me to broadcast this tournament, but B, also putting on this tournament and getting everything done for the young ladies this weekend that will go out there and try to win a provincial championship. My friends, we'll catch you in a few minutes. Enjoy this sponsor video, and we'll catch you in a few moments. All right, so those are the great sponsors bringing you this tournament here in Cold Lake this weekend. Of course, wouldn't be anywhere without them and their support this weekend here in Cold Lake, Alberta for the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships. And I mean, that's a gorgeous little keepsake for anyone who gets one of these this weekend, that is for sure. That said, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned off the top, it's been one heck of a journey back to Cold Lake for me. Moving away 4 years ago, kind of homegrown here and developed here, doing all the media stuff. Went off to Nate Radio and Television Broadcasting, graduated there. Came back to Cold Lake, worked a little bit up here, and since have moved down to the Calgary area and, well, working there, selling tin for houses, and away you go. But my friends, what I want to say is I've had an idea that I've had rolling around in my head for a while, and I guess I'm just a little shy to get to it, but realistically it feels great to be back, right? Obviously we've gone through a lot in the past 2 years as well, but I'm looking at it right now as it's one of those rare opportunities I get as somebody who used to do this to still be doing this weekend. So that said, we're going to pan over to the kids, get them on the ice, and ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to rip here for the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships in Cold Lake, Alberta. And as I tell you, if I wasn't doing this, I'd still be doing this, and it feels great to be doing this. I couldn't be doing it this morning, though, without my two camera people. I've got Michael and Corbin joining me for this game here between the Leduc Roughnecks and, of course, the Beaverlodge Blades. The first game on Rink 2 action in Cold Lake this weekend. Rink 1 should be up and underway over on Cold Lake Ice TV, so it's a split broadcasting rights scenario just to cover off two rinks. You've got Dolynny TV, you got me, Tyson Dolynny, over here all weekend with you, leading into that semifinal Sunday morning before we figure out who's going over to the next rink to go to the gold medal game on Sunday. So we start that with, of course, the Leduc Roughnecks and the soon to hit the ice Beaverlodge Blades, who will be taking the ice here in just mere moments. Game time is scheduled for 11:15 a.m., so there's that as well, that we started a little early. Nothing wrong with being a little early. I'm the kind of guy that gets to the rink at about 7 in the morning for an 11:15 start, so you know, you got to start the live stream a little early as well, right? Get fired up, get everybody in here, allow time for everybody in the stands to ask, oh, hey, you're streaming the game? Oh, how do I get my friends to watch? How do I get my family to watch? How does grandma and grandma back home in Leduc, Beaverlodge, how do they watch? Well, you ask me as we get the stream underway here this morning, and you get the details and you get going. That said as well, I've got a couple of pre-tournament notes that I'd like to knock off the ledger before getting things going here this morning between these two teams. Simply put, if I mispronounce a name, the comments section is open. There's a little chat feature here on YouTube that you can give me a pronunciation if you want. Looks like the stands actually are pretty nice and decently full for this morning, so I'm going to take it. If you're watching one of the out-of-town teams, you probably know somebody sitting in the stands this afternoon, so don't be shy. Text them, tell them I'm pronouncing a name wrong. Tell them to come see me up here in the broadcast location, and tell them to come get me to correct it. That's all I'm going to say there. As well, guy could wish that he had a little bit more time to study the rosters, but we'll go over that right now as both teams go through warm-ups. So we'll start with the Beaverlodge Blades. I'm going to trip on this one a lot to start. Beaverlodge Blades, we'll start with number 3 on D, Zoe Edwards. Number 4 at forward, Darian Weiss. Number 5 at forward, Madison House. Number 6 on D, Amber Marth. Number 8 at forward, Emmeline McGlarity. I'm hoping that's right. Like I said, there's just a couple I'm a little shaky on, and I'm hoping I get it right or somebody can come correct me. So that's kind of what I'm doing this here for, so as you can hear it the first time round, and hopefully before game time somebody can come correct me. Number 10 at forward, Violet Pattershuk. Number 11 on D, Faith Collins. Number 12 at forward, Kiana Ehrenberg. Number 13 at forward, Rose Pattershuk. Number 14, this is still for the Beaverlodge Blades, may I remind you. Number 14 at forward, Mariah Desjardins. Number 15 at forward, Katie Antonio. Number 16 at D, Haley Rodrigue. Number 17 at D, Hannah McGlarity. Number 18 at forward, Alyssa Horseman. Number 19, rounding out the skaters, Taryn Regan at forward. And in goal for the Beaverlodge Blades this morning and throughout the tournament by the looks of it, Shay Line. Head coach, Dave Marth. All right, so that takes care of Beaverlodge. Let's move over to the next page and get this going. To the Leduc Roughnecks. They start off the list, the roster at number 2. On defense, Peyton Pasemko, I think. I did have it right in practice, I'm pretty sure, just kind of running into some live trip-ups. Number 3 at forward, Kayla Laporte. Number 4 at forward, Emma Guler. Number 5 at forward, Sydney Coleman. Number 6 on D, Tatum Jordan. Number 7 on D as well, Jessie Shukin. Number 8 at forward, Emma Reed. Number 9 at forward, Aspen Murdoch. Number 10 at forward, Chloe Volsky. Number 11 on forward, Georgia LaChance. Number 12 at D, Emily LaBerge. Number 13, McKenna Henderson at forward. And at forward as well, number 14, Michaela Price. Number 15, Madison Wood at forward. Number 16 on D, Lana Goofers. Number 17 at D, Jules Fouze. Again, like it seems there's one per roster I'm tripping up on here, so please, somebody come help a struggling guy out and save my bacon. Number 18 at forward, Michelle Jenkinson, and number 31, who will carry them through the tournament in net as well, Alexis Higdon. So that's your rosters for both sides this morning as we get warm-up underway. We'll pan over to the Beaverlodge side because we haven't given them much time this morning. We can get them some screen time and get everybody some equal action here as we get underway on Rink 2 coverage here in Cold Lake this morning. It's going to be interesting because this is the easy day. This is the day that you don't have to struggle to get out of bed. You don't have to wake up early. You don't have to get to the rink at 6 in the morning like the other 2 days. Only 7:30 this morning, correct? So, that said, game times tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We're done nice and early though, around, I think, 5:30 tomorrow, and then everybody gets to have a good rest, get a couple good meals in them, and get ready for Championship Sunday, the semifinals at 9 and 9:15, and then the gold medal game at 3 o'clock on Sunday, of course, in Imperial Place. So I will be transitioning roles for that game, I can tell you that much. So that's really about it for pregame notes, I believe. So I'm going to tune out for a second here, let you watch the warm-ups, and just the way we got to do it. The other side, too, is be very careful of copyright restrictions, and that's kind of YouTube's sticky thing. They catch a song in there, they're going to copyright you, and I'm sure you're probably hearing it back home. There's a lot of copyright music in the background already, so we're going to have a little bit of fun with this weekend, I guarantee you that much. But here we go. All right, so we've already had our first correction on the rosters. We'll go over to number 16 at D for the Leduc Roughnecks, now informed here specifically from the player to her mom, to me, Lana Goofers, not Lana, Lana Goofers. So somebody, if you want to remind me halfway through this game, I'll probably mess it up at some point here. So if you want to just remind me at that point, that'd be great as well. But my friends, sounds like warm-up has run out. We'll pile up the pucks, and we are almost ready to get this thing underway here in Cold Lake this fine Friday. So this is game 2. This is the thing you got to know is every odd numbered game, I believe, is next door at Imperial Place, and we've got every even numbered game here on rink number 2, my friends. So that said, too, if in the chat you could just give a guy a friendly reminder if I forget to update the score, forget to change the period, anything like that, if you could give me a friendly reminder, that would be greatly appreciated. It's a pretty primitive setup here. I'm rocking the 2018 Cold Lake Ice setup from back in the day, so I'm looking forward to giving the old system a run for its money this weekend in the year 2022 back home in Cold Lake. But for now, It looks like, ladies and gentlemen, Beaverlodge Blades are going to set up for face-offs and, of course, the national anthem. So, let's take a moment here. Step aside. That'll do it, the national anthem done, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got some hockey live on Dolynny TV for the first time in 3.5 years. My goodness, does it feel good to be back here in Cold Lake to cover the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships. And we will start it off with the Leduc Roughnecks and Beaverlodge Blades this morning. Taking the face-off for Beaverlodge, going to be at center. Number 19, Taryn Regan. She's going to be opposed in the circles here in a second. We're going to figure out positions too as we go along. And at center for Leduc, coming in, skating, number 5, Sydney Coleman. So it's Coleman and, of course, Regan in the face-off dot for the Blades and Roughnecks as the puck is just about down. And away we go, face-off one forward by the Roughnecks, pushed into the Blades zone. Puck goes into the near side corner, and the Roughnecks trying to come up with it, collected there by the Blades and pushed back to the blue line. That one's going to kind of come off the boards awkwardly and bobble into the middle of the ice. Nobody really fighting good for control, and it's just going to be batted down the ice all the way to the goaltender for the Roughnecks. Right there, the first save of the game for Alexis Higdon, as that puck just meandered its way on the net, and now this one turned over there in the slot. But the Roughnecks recover, and they're going to try and get it out of the zone. Turned back by the Blades. A shot on net goes wide. Recouped in the corner by the Blades and fired around back to the other corner. Roughnecks meet it there, and they're going to try and play it out. That's a nice, nifty move to get out of their own zone by number 4, Emma Guler, who takes someone out down the way, and back the other way come the Beaverlodge Blades in the blacks. Firing it into the slot is the Roughnecks, out of the zone now, and back the other way into the neutral we go. Timid start for the first period as the first minute clicked off the clock already, and away we are into this game. Shot on net, save there for Shea Line. The first shot of the game officially registered. 18:48 to go in the first period, and we are now well underway here in Cold Lake for the first game on Rink 2 ice. Face-off to the left of the goaltender line as the face-off is won to the boards and battled there by both clubs, looking for the puck one way or the other. It comes out to the middle of the ice, and followed there is number 18, Alyssa Horseman, chasing it down and behind the net of the Roughnecks. Roughnecks move the puck out, but met there by Horseman, who's done some work to keep this puck in. She's going to get it out to the middle. Shot on net coming, and a big save there to keep this one scoreless early from Alexis Higdon. Swallows it up, and that will do it for that chance. The face-off now to the left of Higdon, as we've got another stoppage of play in this game, just a minute and a half in. Puck bounced off the face-off, couple of players collide, and now the puck pushed into the corner and down the ice again, and both teams doing a good job getting the puck somewhat near the net on the clears. That one, however, will go down for icing. And we'll come back to the left of Higdon for yet another face-off in the Roughnecks zone. I'm going to kind of have to familiarize myself with the rules as well. Not sure how icings and offsides and all that work in U18 Female B hockey, but we'll get that going as we go along for the weekend. The Blades get a chance, fire it right through the crease, and it's back to the point and then out of the zone. Met there by Amber Marth, who fires it across to her D partner, can't get it going, and now down the ice come the Roughnecks. Shot on net, swallowed up by line, comes off a stick and goes behind the net. So a battle ensues behind the net, both the Roughnecks and Blades looking for it. That one goes by a player in front. And now, the Roughnecks control in the near side corner, battled there beautifully by Zoe Edwards. And the Blades are able to come up with the puck briefly behind their own net, and it goes up to Rose Pasterchuk, who gets it out of the zone, and the Roughnecks try to regroup in the neutral. It's battled down by the Blades into Roughnecks territory. That won't be icing as it was batted after the center line. And now the Roughnecks regroup there in their own zone, and out down the ice it comes, and in giving chase is Emily Nielsen. She can't get the puck, and we got a little bit of crowd action on the camera here for you as I'm looking for the puck. I can't even see it, but however, it comes onto a Blade stick and they'll move it out of the zone, or hopefully move it out of the zone. It's right there, met by Molly Arch. Oh, sorry, that's the Inferno squad, sorry. Emma Guler was the one meeting it there, kind of battling that puck, keeping it in, and now chasing after it again is Guler. She can't come up with it, and instead it's going to be number 10 for the Roughnecks, keeping it in briefly. Chloe Volsky, who will again take another stab at it, can't get it going, and I actually think that's number 18 out there for the Roughnecks. Michelle Jenkinson, who kept that puck in. Hard tumble there into the boards for the Blades. They can't come up with the puck, and back the other way come the Roughnecks, but what do we got coming here? Looks like it's actually going to be a trip against number 6, Tatum Jordan of the Roughnecks, and 2 minutes cross-checking. Okay, they're going to call that a cross-check. I must have missed something, but apologies. The eyes aren't fully trained for hockey quite yet, my friends. We'll get this going. I promise you that much. Face-off to the right of Higdon here. It'll be one back by the Blades, who find themselves on a 2-minute power play on the score clock in the rink. I got to remember. Shot comes in, saved by Higdon. On the score clock, it's a home penalty kill, so it is the Leduc Roughnecks who are the home side squad in this matchup. I was waiting for some indication on that, and it looks like we finally got that with the penalty for cross-checking. So now again to the right of Higdon, the face-off won and bounced around by the Blades. Now trying to battle the puck out are the Roughnecks. They'll get it down the ice, and chasing it are the Blades. They've got it down, back up now to Mariah Desjardins. She gets it out, and that will get fired in off a body and kept in. And now on the attack instead of the Blades. Shot comes in, save Higdon. And that was Emmeline McGlarity getting the shot on goal on the power play and giving Higdon a little bit of a worry as that one came in a little weird. Could have been cause for concern had she bounced any other different way. 15:53 to go in the first period. Face off to the left of Higdon as this one gets battled back and won there. Shot incoming, shot again, glove saved by Higdon, and that was number 14 for the Blades, Mariah Desjardins, who's been all about it on this power play, getting the shot off into the glove of Higdon. And now for the about third or fourth time this power play, we've got another face-off to the right of Higdon. In there to take it is number 8 for the Blades, Emmeline McGlarity. She lost it back, and now it'll be played out by the Blades to the blue line, and lost there to the Roughnecks, who get it out of the zone, and they've now killed 50 seconds on the penalty kill. Into the zone now, the Blades come. They're going to work into the near side corner, back to the point. Shot incoming, hits an own player in front. And now the Roughnecks able to clear it down the ice. Somebody going for a change, missed the puck, and it's going to be all the way down the ice on the penalty kill, and that's going to kill a couple more seconds as the Blades not able to generate much so far on this power play. One good look, and down the ice they're going to chip it and go for the change, get the second unit out there, giving chase back around for the puck. Jules Fouze getting it around the boards and lost there to the Blades. Number 19, Karen Regan, who keeps it in. Shot coming, and that one bounces up off the stick of Higdon. Controls it, however, makes the save, and Higdon's been busy on this penalty kill. There's not a lot of great chances, but she's seen some pucks on net and made all the stops to keep it a 0-0 game early. When your team takes penalty this early into the first period of a tournament, you definitely appreciate that kind of effort from your goaltender. Blades win the face-off back. Shot incoming, misses wide, And the Roughnecks see that one sail on by and keep the score 0-0. The Blades kind of pressure, and they've got some good shots through on this power play, and also have had some good keep-ins at the point when needed to keep this power play alive for the last 10 seconds in the offensive zone. That one, however, gets past the stick of Hannah McGlarty, and that will lead to a chance here for Regan. Regan's going to come and shoot. Save there by the Roughnecks goaltender Higdon. And that'll be a big save as the penalty kill comes to an end, and we're back to even strength. Now darting into the zone for the Roughnecks. Stick check there was Emma Reed out there after the penalty kill. And now the Blades battle it to the blue line. Can't get it out, but how about this? Coming back the other way is Regan again. One-on-one, one person to beat, and can't get it into the corner. So now back around, she plays it off the boards. Met there by number 5, Madison House, who will lay it off a player and, well, leave it there for Alyssa Horseman, who goes back to House. And House will have it along the boards. A little bit of a body check there to keep the puck from darting into any dangerous area. And the Roughnecks battling to get this out. And they aren't able to get it out as of yet, as it's on the near side boards. I don't know if we have a really good angle of it. Kind of a bar in the way. My apologies for that. Doing the best we can up here in Cold Lake in the second rink. And this one's going to go off the boards again, and kind of just playing chase the puck around the zone, or both teams here trying to do something with it are the Blades, and trying to do something to get it out are the Roughnecks, as they will finally clear it. That was not touched, and down the ice we go for an icing. 13:05 to go in this first period. And my goodness, all right, some good pace to this game. A little bit of opportunities on net so far. Nothing in the net, so this is kind of that feeling out process on a Friday morning as you start the provincial tournament. Face off to the left of Higdon. This is going to be one back and out of the zone by the Blades. They'll control it at their own blue line and walk back into their own zone. Fired ahead, misdirected pass, but it goes off a couple of players and stays alive in the neutral for the time being until it's met there by Haley Rodrigue, who gets it ahead to Emmeline McGlarty, who's in and beats the man and back of the net. And yes, sir, that's a goal. Hold on, they've called it up. They've waved it off. That was one heck of a play by McGlarty to drive it to the net. And now I'm not sure if they've called it a goal or not. They've kind of whistled it down in the crease. And they're talking it over with everybody on the ice here. And I'm not sure, it would have been Darian Weiss who put the puck in the net. They're talking it over in the crease still. Weiss celebrates the goal, and now we're going to have the official judgment here at center ice. Or are they calling that a goal? And that was, I think, the most delayed goal call we could have to start the tournament, but it's a 1-0 lead for the Beaverlodge Blades. 12:40 to go in the first period. That was one heck of a cut by McGlarty to drive that puck into the zone. There you go, absolutely. We're going to get the score updated here. Left one. As it's 1-0 for the... So we'll have the face-off at center ice, as it's now a 1-0 game for the Beaverlodge Blades, who take the early lead with 12:40 to go in this first period. Again, sorry, that one. Oh, nope, hold on. Wait, why did it do that? Oop, I got these reversed. Okay, that's not good, but we'll get the score corrected here, and we'll be good to go. Oh, my goodness. The guy can't prepare properly, he reverses everything on himself, and away we go. Definitely not 10. We're not looking for 10 here. Not 100. Oh my goodness. Clicking all kinds of buttons here, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. We'll do it live. So that's a save from Higdon, and that's yet another save from Higdon. A good rebound after letting that first goal. And oh my goodness, somebody saved that one for the blooper reel. The linesman goes down in just an absolute little tumble. Glad we got that on camera. We'll have to clip that one. That was a good little stumble, and I think he'll like that one for the highlight reel, quite honestly. All right, face off to the left of Higdon. I've still got... What's going on here? I still got a 1 there. We need to have that at 0. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The old setup, still not used to it yet. As the Blades come up with it at center ice, they'll battle it back to the Roughnecks blue line. The Roughnecks collect there, and they're going to look to start the puck away. As it'll be number 17 for the Roughnecks, Leah Oh, sorry. I keep looking at the Inferno lineup. We'll get to them eventually. That's Fuse coming across the blue line offside. And with 11:49 to go, we'll have a face-off just outside of the blue line of the Blade zone, who lead this game now 1-0 early on. Line's been given instructions, and a puck is down, and we're back underway. One back by the Roughnecks. They'll play pitch and catch through the neutral zone to enter the Blade zone. In the zone now, that is number 10 for the Roughnecks, Chloe Volsky, who gets it back to Jules Fosey. And that would be much easier if I could remember positions here with names. However, the Blades, they come up with the puck and they'll move it down. They're trying to get this one in, and that'll be stopped there by Peyton Pasemko, who gets across to her D partner, who gets it into the Blade zone. Now the Roughnecks on a miserrant pass get into the Blade zone again, but turn back rather quickly, and coming back the other way, all kinds of speed, is Hannah McGlarity. McGlarity plays it around the boards, leaves it there for the on-attacking forechecker, Madison House, who ties up three Roughnecks. They come up with it, however, and out of the zone comes Emma Guler. She'll come down the ice, and she's got a chance. Shot on net, fired wide, just past the blocker of line. And that was a good-looking chance there from Guler, as that's a really good chance to open this one and trying to get back in this one from the Roughnecks. Now opposing number 4 is battling for the puck, and instead it's going to be number 14 for the Beaverlodge Blades coming up with it, Mariah Desjardins, who fires that puck into Blades, well, now into Blades territory. And that, yeah, that's an offside. I don't know if you need to pull out the Matt Duchesne tape measure, but my friends, that is what you call an offside right there. So here we go. Face off outside of the Blade zone once again. 10:19 to go in the first period. 1-0 lead for the Blades. Puck is down, and away we go yet again into the Blade zone. Puck is worked along the boards, and it's in that spot where there's just a couple of parents and family members sitting there. I just can't quite see exactly what's happening on the near side boards right there. However, carried into the zone by Maria Desjardins. She's going to leave it there and battle it back down on the pass back. And now Kiana Ehrenberg gets it back to the point. Shot comes in off a shoulder. That was a heck of a clap, but caught somebody up high and goes into the crease. And we've got a little bit of incidental contact in the blue paint, so the play is whistled down. And we'll have a face-off to the right of Higdon after that shot from the point. This one's got good pace to it. I'm quite enjoying it. You know what? It's taken me some time to get my legs under them myself, but they've definitely got their legs under them out there, and they're looking good so far. Sorry?
Instant replays?
No, not on this side, on the other side. Guy could wish for instant replays on this side, but if I tried to even plug any of that equipment in, she'd fry my system, that's for sure.
That goal they were discussing, what was the issue?
Sorry? That goal? No, I have no clue. I was a little confused on the goal, but we now find ourselves up 1-0 for the Blades, however. Anyway, puck comes through in the neutral zone. Leduc's got the puck there. They're going to play it down and back right onto the center line. And the Blades, well, they're going to meet that free puck anytime at center ice, and that goes all the way down to Higdon. And that'll be frozen there for a whistle again to the right of Higdon. Going to get the positioning down just pat on that face-off by the end of this first period is Alexis Higdon. Face off one of the boards again. Blades collect it, and they're going to fire it around, rim it around the boards, and that's going to be met down there by two Blades who bump into each other and kind of a little stunned at, oh, hey, you're here, I'm here. Whoa, okay, we've got good coverage on this puck behind the net as that one, a shot from the point comes in. Two Blades miss it in front, and Higdon will pounce on it right there to the left of the crease and freeze that puck for a face-off. So the Blades definitely controlling the play so far in the first 12 minutes of this game here, as we got 8:51 to go on the clock in the first period. They've got the 1-0 lead. They keep attacking the net, and Higdon's been busy in her own zone. Now the face-off for the Blades is going to see them go back on the defensive side of things. That's a big hit, and, well, a leg out, so that'll more than likely be a trip, and it will be the Leduc Roughnecks to the power play for the first time in this game. Now we got the face-off coming to left of line, who will now, as Higdon has already once this game, have to survive a 2-minute penalty kill. Players line up in the face-off dot, waiting for the signals to go. And away we shall go now. Shot comes immediately onto line, makes the save. And that's called wasting no time on the power play. 4 seconds in, your first shot of the night on the power play. And that counts for something. As the Roughnecks, they know exactly what this power play is all about. They're trying to get right back into this one. It's the face-off one into the corner. It'll be met there. And it's in that spot again. I'm gonna be cursing that spot all weekend, I promise you that much. It's all the way back down to Higdon though on the clear. It'll be met there furiously by Jules Fouze, who turns over the puck. Shot blocked in front by Emily LeBerge, who makes the, big stop on the penalty kill. Doesn't allow the goaltender to see the puck. Another shot fired over wide of the net. And now back to the blue line. The Blades doing a good job killing the penalty in the offensive zone. This one, the Roughnecks just can't get a clean zone exit here, but they'll get the puck out now, and clearing it out of the zone is Fouze. Coming into the Blades zone, pushing all the way through, right back behind the net and back into that near side corner we go. Blades come up with it and they'll clear it down the ice all the way to Higdon, who will just chip it along the boards and leave it there for the D-man. And that will be back there, Sidney Coleman, who will collect that puck, get it up off the boards. This one's going to go off to nobody for the Roughnecks, so the Blades will clear it back in to Roughnecks territory with 45 seconds to go in the first period power play, the first one of the night for the Roughnecks. 7:20 to go in this first period. Battle along the far side boards right in front of the penalty boxes and timekeeper's booth, and nothing happening there for either team. That one finally just chipped up and out of play by Taryn Regan, who had just a little bit of enough trying to kill that penalty that way, take the face-off, try to get the face-off win, clear it down the ice that way, and kill a little bit more clock with 25 seconds to go in the penalty to Zoe Edwards. Face-off, pushed into the Blades zone, all the way behind the Blades net, now kept in there by Kayla Laporte, who gets it back behind the net. This one battled in front. That one will go in, and that goes all the way through line. Couple of bounces in front of the net, and it looks like it's going to be McKenna Henderson getting the goal, or is that number 9, Aspen Murdoch, getting the goal? I'm not sure. Couple of bounces in front. There was one whack, two whacks, and then somehow everybody started celebrating. It was back of the net. If that's how this tournament's going to be, my goodness, I'm going to be scrambling all weekend. That was quite the opening 2 goals to start this tournament. One that we had to debate for hours, and the other that we had to figure out pretty instantly as it bounced into the net off a couple of bounces, and away we go in a 1-1 tie on the power play. The Roughnecks score, so they get the penalty kill and they get the power play goal. So they're having a good night on special teams, and Beaverlodge at 5-on-5 even strength so far has pretty much been tilting the ice. So we could be looking at whoever gets more chances one way or the other could be who comes out of this one early on the 11 o'clock game 2 here in rink number 2 in Cold Lake for the U18 Female B Hockey Provincials for 2022. Face off just outside of the Blade zone. Now in a 1-1 game with 6:38 to go in the first period. Played back there and fired up the ice, and that's going to be met there by Emmeline McGlarty, who tries to get it through. But what a defensive effort there by the Roughnecks, number 16, Lana Goofers. See, that's the first time we've had to go there tonight, but we got it already figured out. I caught myself, and now along the near side boards in between the benches was the puck. The Blades come up with it. They're going to play stick to puck to skate, and down the ice we go into the Roughnecks zone. Puck comes around the boards, and now on the far side wall, it's going to be 2 players clashing, and that'll allow the puck to get out of the zone for both squads back into the neutral territory and back into the Roughnecks zone. It's chipped by the Blades. Pitch and catch off the end boards. That misses the stick, and now directed towards the net and stopped from going to the net by Tatum Jordan of the Roughnecks, and out of the zone it comes. The Blades just looking to keep this on one side of the ice all first period at 5-on-5. Collision there, and now back into the zone. That's going to be a shot and a save on the chance from Emmeline McGlarity, who's had a couple of great looks to start this game. And, well, we sit in a deadlocked 1-1 tie so far in the first period with 5:31 to go in this first period. Face off to the left to Higdon. Regan in there. I can't see the number for the Roughnecks. I believe that's number 5, Sydney Coleman, as she won the face-off back. And now 4 players collide behind the end boards and net of Higdon, and that will allow the puck to just kind of work its way to the blue line. Kept in briefly, turned over, and onto the stick, and back in behind the Roughneck zone. The Blades doing everything they can to keep pucks alive, secondary in the zone, and that's 3 players once again colliding. Head first bowling ball kind of action through the zone there by the Roughnecks. Number 12, Emily LeBurge, and now back come the Roughnecks. There's a penalty upcoming to Beaverlodge. Chance on net, stuffed once, stuffed twice, stuffed third time by Line, and that somehow, after 2 players collide just outside of the crease, goes in the net, and we've got a 2-1 game for the Roughnecks. That, my friends, that is called never giving up on a puck in the paint. That is one heck of a goal to get that going right there in a 2-1 lead. Sydney Coleman leads them through the crease and gets the puck into the net. And I'm getting familiar with the numbers, and of course when stuff like that happens, you're trying to look at the roster, you're trying to get everything familiarized, get patterns set in the brain. And that's a 2-1 hockey game regardless of what I'm doing up here, mixing up names and mixing up numbers. But a huge goal there with 4:48 to go in the first period for the Leduc Roughnecks, who, if I update their score, now lead 2-1. There we go. All right, so we've got some chatter again at the boards. The refs have been talking pretty much after every goal. I don't know if that's standard operating procedure for the tournament or what. It's been a long time since I last did a Provincials, but this face-off, one back right after the goal by the Roughnecks, who now control. And like I said, they were struggling at 5-on-5 early in this first period. Now they've got a 5-on-5 goal, a penalty kill, and a power play goal. So they're having a good go of it all the way around the aspects. And they're going to meet that at center ice. That was chipping it ahead. Jesse Shukin, and now into the zone comes Madison Wood. This one turned back by the Blades, however. It's an unassisted goal for the Roughnecks. Of course, could I catch who scored it? Probably not. That's the problem of having a headset on. You kind of miss a couple of things, and the announcers talking and mumbling into the mic kind of the thing. But hey, we've got volunteers here doing a good job. You know what? I'm not going to complain too much. We'll figure it out, and we'll listen back to the tapes, and we'll get it figured out. As the Roughnecks lead the puck into the zone, they'll go around the boards, and it'll be met in that corner. Oh, my goodness, that corner. But however, don't worry, it's out of the zone, and penalty upcoming. It looks like somebody is going off for a trip. I didn't see the arm go up, but it's going to be number 12 for the Roughnecks. Emily LeBerge going to the box there. Or no, yeah, number 12. I thought it was 17 for a second. Don't worry, eyes deceive me. 17 for the Roughnecks. If you're watching from home, Jules Fousey out there on the penalty kill right now. Lined up just to the right of Higdon. Face off, one back by the Blades. Heck of an effort there by Haley Rodriguez to keep it in at the point. Falls down, can't do it. Blades recover in their own zone and back the other way. 3-on-2. Come the Blades. That one, great defense there from the Roughnecks, prevents an attack from Darian Weiss getting in on net, and it just bobbles onto Higdon, who makes the save. So it's the Roughnecks. If you kind of can't make it out on camera, it's the Roughnecks in the whites, in the home whites, and it is the Blades in the road blacks for this matchup here this morning in Cold Lake on rink number 2. I'd be really interested to see how the host Jaguars are doing on the other ice. We'll maybe go check that out at intermission and try and get a score update from over there, or tune into the Cold Lake ice stream, one of the two. Saves made there by Higdon, however, and that will keep it going on the penalty kill. And another penalty coming up. Looks like the Blades are going to get a 5-on-3, and that'll be touched up rather quickly. And the Roughnecks, they are a little upset, and it looks like, I forget what call that is. I don't know if that's roughing or unsportsmanlike, but either way, somebody's going to the box here for the Roughnecks. Guy doesn't realize how much he's missed hockey and how much he's missed calling a live game until all of a sudden you step into your first 16 minutes and 40 seconds of a tournament and realize, goodness sakes, I got only half a clue about what's going on the ice. Retirement's been fun though. Retirement's been good. That said, face off one back by the Blades, and they're going to get it pitch and catch across D to D. Shot incoming. Uh-oh. Okay, we're back. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like we just had a little technical glitch in the system there. My apologies. We're on the Energy Center Wi-Fi here, and sometimes that'll cut out. So we cut out. I get the notification in my headset. I've got my notifications on, so we're good there. And we are back to hockey here. Just refresh your screens if you feel like you're behind, as we're $1:49 to go on the secondary penalty, and only $1:15 and only 45 seconds to go on the secondary penalty for the Roughnecks, who are still down on a 5-on-3. They're up 2-1 in the game. The Blades firing the shot, looking for a little bit of special teams magic themselves. Not able to get the puck into the center of the ice, however, and the Roughnecks doing a good job killing it in their own zone, trying to move this one out and fired down the ice there. What an effort to clear the puck by Emma Guler, who gets it all the way the length of the ice, and down we go. So that is where we find ourselves. 25 people tuning in. Hey, welcome to the stream. Shot in, fired up over top of the net there by Hannah McGlarity. And now this one's going to go off a player's stick and up and out of play. 1:53 to go in this first period. 2 seconds left on the first penalty, so the Roughnecks have almost killed off the first penalty. 33 seconds to go in the secondary penalty, so they still got to face another half a minute on the penalty kill as soon as one player walks out of the box in 2 seconds time. Face off just outside of the Roughneck zone. They win it back, but the Blades come rushing in, and that will allow Alyssa Horseman to come chasing it down behind the net for the Blades. It's going to be battled at the side of the net. 3 players looking for it for the Blades, and it'll just be kind of chopped up into the midsection of Higdon, who will make the save and cover for another face-off to her right. So far, the Blades trying to drive the puck to the net. Haven't been fully successful on this power play, and now they got 21 seconds to go in the second penalty of that 5-on-3 to try and make something happen now 5-on-4. Face off one back, and this is a good start. Shot from the point comes through, deflected in front, goes into the corner. That's not going to allow anyone to set anything up, but another shot from the point comes in. Higdon sees it goes off her stick and up into the padding. That goes into the corner then and back to the point, and now the Blades trying to get in desperate, throwing pucks from the point, looking for a bounce, and Higdon's got the rebound control to keep it in front of her, and that will do it for the penalties to the Roughnecks. Another solid penalty kill from Higdon and the Roughnecks to keep it a 2-1 hockey game here in Cold Lake. $1:18 to go in the first period. I can already feel it in my voice. It's going to be a long weekend. Face off to the left of Higdon. One back there. And face off around by the Roughnecks. Looking for the clear here. It'll be met there and played back into the far side corner by the Blades, who just keep that puck alive time being. Now get it back at the point. This one's going to bounce high. And wow, calm, cool, and composed in front. Higdon just pounces on it and just absolutely makes a easy save on that fluttering puck with exactly 60 seconds remaining in this first period. A great first period so far that's seen 3 goals up on the board. 2 for the Roughnecks, 1 for the Blades, and well, a period that's been a little rough and stumbly for me, but hey, what do you do? We'll figure it out as we go along this weekend, I promise you that. Shot fired down, save made there, and directed into the corner by Higdon. The Blades looking to keep the attack on. The Roughnecks looking to get out of the zone, and who's going to do that? Well, it's been a toss so far in this first period on both sides, as both teams kind of still doing that feeling out process. I said we got 3 goals in this game, but there's still a little bit of a feeling out process, I'd say, going on. It's just kind of getting acclimated to the bounces off the boards, the way the puck hits the ice when you do this or that, and both teams kind of living and dying by it right now. Is, well, you know what? Every game in the round robin, 3 of them in total, is just as important as the other, despite it being the first one of the tournament so far for both teams. Shot comes all the way down on line, who hasn't been very busy in this back half of this first period, and makes the save, and now back the other way with 2 seconds to go. The clock, my friends, will run out, and that'll do it for the first period between the Roughnecks and Blades here on Rink 2 action in Cold Lake this morning. So, I'm going to step aside take a second, collect myself, and figure out exactly what we've missed here in this first period, and hopefully come back with some information leading into the second period. I'm going to allow my cameramen to switch out. I'm going to allow them a little bit of a break, and we'll sit down and relax for a few minutes time here. And we'll get back going for the second period. I'm just waiting to see how much time, so as I can tell you what you have time to do, whether you have time to go to Timmy's for a coffee or whether you have to get the pot boiling right now at home and get the coffee going, because I can tell you it's 11:53. It's about lunchtime for me, but a guy could use a coffee right now, and that sounds really, really good. So, first period goes by. Leduc leads 2-1. There's been a couple of penalties, a 5-on-3, and a lot going on here in this first period, that's for sure. Both teams, like I said, though, kind of I still feel like are doing the feeling out process, trying to figure this one out as we go along this morning, and that'll be kind of the theme of the day, is all teams just kind of getting into it, getting into the field, right? A lot of these teams face long travel. Me, myself, coming 6.5 hours from Calgary, so Beaverlodge, Leduc, that's not 5 minutes down the road from Cold Lake, so at the same rate, got a lot of teams traveling in from far, and it is what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the second period. That is a quick ice change there, that's for sure. We're going to get... All right, here we go. So Beaverlodge, Leduc, they're going to switch sides here for the... Hold on. All right, here we go. We're already getting the compliments coming in. Same as always, don't know how to handle them. So here we go. Let's see what we can do for this second period. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all the kind words from back home. I've heard from a couple people already, and I just appreciate that you're tuning in because this was a major risk to come up here and do this one for a weekend just based on the fact of, right, it made sense at the beginning when all the restrictions and stuff were still happening to be live streaming, but then all of a sudden everything changes. Everybody can come home and come down to the Cold Lake rinks. You don't know exactly who's all going to be able to show up on the live streams, but to see the numbers so far, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'm glad to be able to connect you to rink number 2 here in Cold Lake for game 2 of the tournament action so far. It's my first game of the night, so it doesn't feel like it's game 2. But there is a game currently happening over on Cold Lake Ice TV. It's the Lakeland Jaguars host team over there running their first game of the tournament. I did check the score. You think I could remember? Probably not. But either way, let's get this going. I've made some scorecard changes, and we've got a face-off down at center ice. Ready to rip for this one as the Roughnecks win it ahead, and they're going to burst in, trying to get that 3-on-2 right off the face-off. Turned back there by the Blades, number 16, Haley Rodriguez, who's got a head of steam, and down the ice she goes. Cutting to the right wing, wide open shot, scores, glove side. That, my friends, is a beautiful rush. Wow, what a goal from Haley Rodriguez. Cuts down the right wing, goes wide, cuts in all alone on the right side, and scores the goal to even this game 14 seconds into the second period and make it 2-2. That was an incredible goal coming right out of the gates in the second period. Wow, all right. Yeah, I was so fast, I still think it's the first period. That was fantastic. We're going to get to watch goals like that all night, especially from D-men. We're going to be rocking all game long. Anyway, face-off at center. Now the Roughnecks, they're not throwing the 3-player push at it, and back the other into the zone they go. Well, you know, they threw that 3-player push, and that allowed the odd man chance for Rodriguez to cut up the ice, score the goal, and now we find ourselves once again deadlocked. So it's been 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, and we find ourselves 30 seconds already gone in this second period. It was the Blades who were up 1-0, so now back to even. Both teams having to come back from a deficit at some point in this game so far, and we've only seen 20 minutes and 45 seconds evaporate off the clock. Now in there comes the shot fired wide there by Emmeline McGlarity. Back to the point, it is Faith Collins who will fire it down onto the net. And with 19:02 to go in this second period, we've got a face-off to Higdon's right. So I would like to correct myself on the record. I said the announcer was mumbling there. If you just take off the headset, Tyson, you can hear him loud and clear. Doing a fantastic job down there. And of course, I always appreciate anyone who gets on the mic announcing. That is a thankless job throughout a hockey tournament like this. Face-off goes into the neutral zone. Both teams kind of collide going into the offensive territory for the Roughnecks, and that's where they'll carry it in now, as this puck's going to skirt all the way around the net and back to the near or far side corner, and met there by a Roughneck, but turned back, and this puck just kind of bouncing off stick to stick. There's a stick on the ice, and that was a chance to get that puck back into possession, but the player was bent down picking up the puck, and that'll be a save from line, and then a cross check, and that kind of came out of nowhere. That was right in front of the official too. That was, wow, that just player comes cutting across and throws up the stick parallel to the ice, and yeah, that's every time going to be a penalty right there. So that'll be a, I don't know what you call that, but that'll be a sudden power play for the Roughnecks, and they were already getting a face-off in the offensive zone, and now they get a face-off up a player in the offensive zone. The Roughnecks go 2-3 on this face-off, trying to prevent anything from coming back the other way. And I guess when you win the face-off, it works out. Shot comes in, line, the awkward save, turns sideways in the crease, doesn't have a clue where the puck is. She makes the save, and with 5 seconds gone in the power play, again, the Roughnecks make a quick strike on net, to try and just push the puck into the net as quickly as possible on the power play. That's twice they did it on the other side of the ice in the first period on their first power play of the game. Now, face-off won by the Blades, chipped out and into the neutral it goes, down the ice, and that'll be met there by Emma Guler, who clears it briefly and gets it back. Guler working this puck out and will skate around the attacking forechecker Darian Weiss, who's out there killing this penalty for the Blades. Blades see themselves tied with the Roughnecks now, 2-2 in this game, 17:53 to go in the first or second period. Oh my goodness. Hey man, the way this game's going, a guy could wish it would last that long. However, pitch and catch at the point. The Roughnecks are going to get the shot in on net. A deflection in front goes wide. Player falls down to the right of the crease, and that could cause some kind of chaos, but the Roughnecks can't handle it at the point, and that's going to allow coming back the other way Darian Weiss to just kind of kill a couple extra seconds. A buck 03 to go on the power play for the Roughnecks. Penalty kill coming up clutch so far for the Blades on this one, as this one's carried around behind the net by the Roughnecks. Now back and out of play, and it's an odd man numbered off chance for the Blades. They're going to get it across, and here comes the shot. Stop there. Shot goes wide on the backhand, dumped by Kiana Ehrenberg, and that will be cleared by the Roughnecks, who just can't seem to find themselves. A little bit of zone time here in the final 45 seconds of this power play. A good kill again in the offensive zone by the Blades there, and that'll kind of retreat the Roughnecks back into their own zone briefly, and now a good active stick there allows Haley Rodriguez to come up with the puck and get it down the length of the ice. 16:38 to go in the second period, as it's a 2-2 score, and the Roughnecks with 6 seconds to go on the power play get turned back briefly at the blue line. They get it in just onside, and that'll allow them to tie up the puck, and that is going to be quickly blowing dead. I think after you have that cross check that led to the penalty kill for the Blades, I think they're going to kind of chill out and whistle down those board plays as quick as possible. That cross check still baffles me, kind of came out of nowhere, but hey, you know what, it is at the end of the day a provincial tournament where you're trying to come out the winner, so a little bit of emotion, not necessarily a bad thing. Face off, one back into the corner, and fought out of the corner. There's 3 Blades, 3 Roughnecks just kind of trying to direct that puck, but they can't figure out where it's going, so it goes around the far side boards, and now the Blades will pick it up there and chip it out. It's number 13 giving chase for it, Rose Pasterchuk. She gets it down the ice, and now it's going to be given chase by Katie Antonio, who will get in there along the end boards. It goes all the way back to the point, and well, out of the zone. Hannah McGlarity meets it there, and she's going to carry it in after spinning off a defender. That one a blocker save by Higdon, and into the corner it goes. Deflection in front on the point shot. And okay, the Blades are now starting to skate around the zone. However, falling down and losing control of the puck is McGlarity. And that'll be in behind the net now. The Roughnecks will clear it back to the point. Shot comes in, met there by McGlarity again, looking for the chance. Shot comes off the pillows of Higdon and into the corner. And again, the Roughnecks will give chase behind their own net. Puck comes out to the near side corner and again into that area. I just can't see for the life of me. The Roughnecks battling for it. They're trying to look, they're trying to clear it. And it'll get back to the point, and they're not going to get it out. And now back the Blades go into the offensive attack. Back to the point there, met by McGlarity. Shot comes off the point and off a body in front. And now turned back around. Here comes Henderson for the Roughnecks. But it'll go all the way down on a dump in on a line change to line. She'll make the save. She'll cover it up, and we'll have a face-off to her left. Coming up with 14:48 to go. And see, somebody forgot to tell me. Tyson, somebody forgot to tell me to change the old period clock there. How about we change that to a number 2? And maybe that's why I'm thinking it's still the first period, looking down at my screen and seeing a number 1 instead of a number 2. My apologies, folks back home. She's going to take some time. We've got 8 games over here, or 7 games or something like that this weekend. So by game number 4, I'll be in mid-season form. Don't you worry about it. Puck down there behind the net for the Roughnecks. Shot comes off the turnover. Huge save by Higdon to keep it tied. The Blades, however, still come up with the puck. They'll chip it back into the neutral. Met there by McGlarity. McGlarity's going to play it across to Edwards. Edwards chips it all the way through a couple of people. down the ice, and now it's in the far side corner boards, whatever you want to call them, and just chipped up by the Roughnecks into no man's land, and out of the zone comes number 4 for the Roughnecks, Emma Guler. Guler's got it going down the ice, and now into the offensive attack are the Roughnecks, who are skating around looking to get this puck moving in the offensive zone. Shot comes in, and it's chipped off a glove and down by Rodrigue, who had, if you missed it early on in this second period, going to do it again maybe. That beautiful rush down the right wing to try and score a goal, however turned back last second. And it is going to be knocked into the corner. And again, I honestly cannot see anything in that corner. I mean, your guys' vantage point is just barely better than mine, as it'll be into the corner and kind of turned back there. And the Roughnecks see it battled there. Blades come up with it, fire a shot wide of the net. That there was McGlarty, Emmeline McGlarty coming up with the shot. And now Hannah McGlarty has it poked past her. Two players collide, and somebody's down in pain. That one hurt. That one hurt, and well, it is slow to get up. Sydney Coleman after that collision. And the Roughnecks just trying to see her get off the ice here in one piece. As two Roughnecks now down on the ice on this shift. And it'll be moved around the boards. The Blades come up with it on the far side. Chip there after it hops over a blade stick and back onto a blade stick, and up and out of the zone now we go. It is Alyssa Horseman carrying it in for the Blades. She plays it into the middle ice, and now we got a developing 2-on-1, but I don't think the Roughnecks realized they had a 2-on-1 going there, and that allowed Collins to get back into the play and just kind of force the Roughnecks into putting it on net and allowing Line to make the save. Been a couple moments in this game so far that have been quite interesting. I've enjoyed it so far. It's been good. All right, either way, we've got the puck coming back onto the right of Line. The face-off scrambled up, and well, the Blades looking to get it out, and the Roughnecks looking to set up the attack. How about that? Right off the side of the net and right into the right-hand side of the crease. However, the Blades come up, and now talk about 2-on-1s. They've got one. Back the other way if they can skate with the puck. And that puck just did not want to cooperate the whole length through the Roughnecks zone. And now the Roughnecks are going to come up with the puck here, and it looks like we're kind of opening up here in the second period a little bit. Roughnecks carrying it in, 5 men back for the Blades, and that allows them to get it out and back into Roughnecks territory briefly, I'm sure, as this one's going to be chipped ahead just like that back into Blades territory. This one down the ice, and that touched somebody, so no icing. Higdon kind of sees the attacker coming in on themselves, and well, nothing chopping in there, and that's going to be Emmeline McGlarty coming up with the puck, bouncing it in off a body and out of the zone. That was a hoper pass and would have been beautiful if it got through, but the chance taken doesn't pay off by McGlarty, and that's back into her own zone where she's going to pick up that puck and wheel. And wheel she does now, creating a 3-on-1 with just her legs. Can't come up with the pass. There is Darian Weiss, and the Roughnecks get it out of the zone. That was a heck of an effort there by McGlarty to get something going, but it'll be icing against the Roughnecks, and we'll come back down the ice we go. So I just had a correction during the intermission on, you see out there on defense, number 2 for the Roughnecks, Peyton Pasemko. I think I was saying it just a little different pronunciation, so I've had a correction on that. I appreciate everybody who kind of corrects me as we go along. That goes a million miles in a weekend tournament, especially by the time we get to the semifinals and the gold medal games. However, the face-off won by the Roughnecks. They're going to push it forward into the Blades zone. It'll be turned back there, and the Blades will look to set up an up-ice attack. And how about that? Up and out, 3 passes, and down the ice we go. Giving chase with it, number 17, Fouze for the Roughnecks, and of course in there was number 14, Maria Desjardins for the Blades. Now setting up the attack or the Blades, and they're getting this puck moving around, but I think everybody in the midst of a line change forgot where the puck was, and it comes up and out of the zone and back onto the stick of Rodrigue, who goes pitch and catch, and now onto the stick of Ehrenberg, who gets it into Blades offensive zone time territory. But Roughnecks standing tall with the sticks at center ice, and they're going to chip it all the way back down the line, and she's going to play it off. That was quite tight. At some point the whistle was going to go there, and she made the last second decision. Yeah, I'm going to play this off with my glove. Gets it out, and hey, it's effective as now the Roughnecks look to set up the attack. This one chipped off a skate. Heck of a block there in front to keep that one from getting anywhere close to line. And now back behind the net go the Roughnecks, trying to set something up, but pushed off the puck, and we are going to have another penalty right there. And that one is going to be a body check penalty. I believe that's what the arm across the chest is. That one just kind of cutting the player out of the lane, and as far as I understand, you're not allowed to do that, so that's a little bit more of a reasonable penalty. I go back to that cross check. I'm not trying to make fun of the player or anything. That was just kind of shocking to see first thing on Friday. That's something you'd expect in the semifinals, so it was nice to... Oh, absolutely, please do. Nice to see. So here we go. Shot fired, blocked in front, and now we got some chip and charge throughout the slot, but nobody's coming up with that puck. It's going to be moved into the half wall. Now the Roughnecks come up with it on the power play. I believe they are, if I'm remembering what happened 2 seconds ago. And that's a heck of a shot there for Emma Guler, who just kind of created it. And here we go, down the ice we go, and this one's going to be moved back around, and well, what do we got? Come on. Puck is just trying to duck and dodge behind my cameraman. Thank you. All right, we got...
They have it up on their whiteboard.
Oh, excellent. Awesome. So I will get to that in a second. We've got a note passed along here on the broadcast. But let's just get to the next whistle, and I'll get the shout out there for sure. Roughnecks push it ahead into the zone. That there is Sydney Coleman, who's gotten up after that hard fall a few minutes ago and just kind of dancing through the Blade zone, now creating an opportunity. And I love that. When one player can just come in, dance around, create the opportunity, pass off the puck, and get the shot to the net, that is fantastic, especially on the power play. Right, as an Oilers fan, you kind of watch Connor McDavid do that every night, and when you can kind of watch it happen at other levels of hockey, it just kind of gets you a little riled up and excited. So that's fantastic to watch a couple of these players tonight just go out there and create just solely by skating. Fantastic to see, and it's been a treat so far this game. 2-2, 8:24 to go in the second period. We did have a whistle, but we do actually have some folks watching, and I think I'll just kind of watch to see what develops. I can't see anything in that corner anyway, but comes back to Rodriguez at the point, who fires the shot looking for the deflection from McGlarty, and I thought, oh, hold on, there might be something there, but it blocks off a body and goes wide. So now back into the corner are the Roughnecks. 7:59 to go in the second period, and I'm going to tell you, this note that got passed along to me, it's telling me that there's a little bit more than just what the stream is telling me watching. There might be a classroom somewhere in, I believe, Kenora, Ontario, watching a whole live stream here up in Cold Lake, Alberta this afternoon. And that's the fun part about YouTube, and the fun part about making the streams accessible for everybody. A coast-to-coast thing worldwide if it wants to be. And the Roughnecks, they get the possession in the zone. Block shot leads to Blades changes possession, and they're back the other way. I got the note, by the way, on the Beaverlodge Blades roster that I've got here, so I'd be interested to know what the connection there is from Kenora to Cold Lake to Beaverlodge for this hockey game this morning here at rink number 2. But I believe that's Mrs. Schott's class. Good morning, good afternoon, I guess, yeah, it's afternoon here too, so good afternoon. School day is almost over. Hope it's been a good one, and I hope you've enjoyed watching Dolynny TV here live from Cold Lake this afternoon. The face-off won ahead by the Roughnecks, but that is a heck of a battle there by Katie Antonio to kind of keep them at bay as she got pushed into her own zone, but kept the puck from kind of entering, and now that just bounces around the neutral zone. She's around that puck again. Antonio sees it go through her skates, and now battled forward by the Roughnecks, directed in front of line, who just kind of sticks the stick out in self-defense to keep that puck from going a bad bounce, and it's all the way down the ice for an icing. 6:45 to go in the second period. So the reason why I was so insistent on getting that Kenora, Ontario shout out is just, it is so interesting to me just to kind of see the reach that tournaments like this have, right? It's a tournament in Cold Lake, and we're all the way in Ontario this afternoon, which is just fantastic. And especially the exposure for these girls, right? Like, everybody gets to sit down and watch these girls live on a live stream, go to town for a weekend trying to win a provincial championship. Does that sound good to you? Because it sounds dang good to me. As this one, that pass sounded dang good, but it went nowhere. And the Blades have to chase behind their own net. The Blades now tied up there, 2 Roughnecks on. That's a big hit there behind the net to kind of free that puck up, and Roughnecks opportunity on net goes off the side of the net. Now in front, shot in front, line, 1-2 saves to come up and stonewall the Roughnecks attack from behind the net. And now this one bounces through the crease. All kinds of pressure in front created by the Chaos. Sydney Coleman going out there and absolutely creating pressure. Now shot back the other way. Hannah McGlarty comes up with the shot on the chest of Higdon. And we've got a stoppage in play after that one. I mean, we've watched, 3 goals go in that way so far this game? And those couple of chances, 3 or 4, stay out of the net? You gotta be kidding me if you're Leduc. That one bites, as that was exactly how those first 2 goals go in. Kind of a different story in this second period, I guess you could say. Those bounces aren't going either way, so the 1 goal from Rodriguez stands as the leveler and, of course, the only tally of this period so far. Puck goes into the corner. Chased around there by 3 Blades. The pass gets through, and back the other way now comes Coleman, who's going to lead the charge into the Blade zone. Shot comes, fired wide. Line it backed all the way onto the goal line to try and prevent that one from going top shelf near corner, but now back into the Roughnecks territory. And this one a little rougher than I think I've watched in the past, but that's all right. You know what? Provincial Hockey Championship stuff, I'm good with it. As both teams showing that little extra fire to try and get things going for this tournament. And hey, you know what? Take the lumps and bruises now. That way, during the gold medal game, semifinals, you're good to go. 4:59 to go with less than 5 in this second period remaining. And both teams getting chippy along the bench as coach is yelling for it. And there will be a penalty somewhere in there. It's going to be yet another one. Okay, there we go. So eventually something gets called. Coleman gets called. And she'll go to the box, and that'll allow the Blades a power play. All right, good one so far, that's for sure. Both teams change out the players, get the special teams players on there. 2-minute penalty kill. Where's the other? Oh, it's right down there. Jules Fouze. I don't know why I always go Fouze first. Fouze out there as well on the penalty kill. I was kind of wondering where the 4th defender was on the penalty kill, but it'll be started back the other way by Emma Guler, who's going to carry this one in against 3 Blades and somehow come up empty on that chance, but get the puck within a foot of the net, going through 3 Blades, cutting through the point, the slot, and then within a foot of the net on that chance. Now in the offensive zone are the Blades. They're going to try and set up the attack. Shot comes into the kind of general slot area, that trapezoid, whatever you want to say, triangle that's high danger chance if you watch the World Juniors. But this one tipped out there, and that's going to allow the Roughnecks to kill another few seconds off the clock here on the penalty kill for Sydney Coleman. 1:06 to go. Line plays the puck on the dump in. That'll be left there, and it'll go to McGlarty, who gets it ahead to Regan. Regan now creating with the feet. Shot comes in, blocked off of Peyton Pashemko, and that will go all the way down the ice. And, well, length of the ice clear will allow us to have 45 seconds left on the penalty to the Roughnecks. The Blades start the attack here. McGlarty rushes the puck up the ice, and, well, all the way into the zone now. Puck goes across, chipped in front, and what a chance. Backdoor goes off stick weird, and chance in front. Stopped by Higdon. Wow. All right, we in the last 5-6 minutes of this game have had some grade A chances, and both goaltenders standing tall, right? We had 3 goals in the first period. So far, 1 on the register right now, and it's looked good so far from both squad's goalies. And I think as far as I look at the rosters, both teams are going to ride these goalies all tournament long. So that's interesting as well, because some teams have 2 goalies, some teams only have 1, like these 2 squads here. And both teams getting that goaltending you're looking for in a provincial championship out of Higdon and Line so far. Penalty kill coming to a conclusion here. The Blades see it exit the zone, and that will do it for their power play. 2-2, the score remains with 2:50 to go in the second period. Wow, quite honestly, this period has zipped by. I just said 2:50. I've been saying the time all along because we don't have it on the scoreboard, but that shocks me. Quite honestly, I am a little bit shocked that we only have 2:50 to go. Chance in front, line again, stands tall on the chance there by Reed. Whacking away at the puck, loose in front of the crease. And Line, calm, cool, collected, just sits in the butterfly, waits for the puck to come to her, covers it up. We'll have a face-off to her left. And this is a good one. This is a good one. Maybe I've just missed live hockey. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's been a while. 3.5 years, my friends. Face-off to the right of Line. Pardon me, I was saying to the left. I thought it was the left, but it'll be to the right. And we'll see what happens here as this one battled into the corner by the Roughnecks. Again, out in front, all kinds of sticks coming colliding with it. Line sees it go right by her. And that will go off of a couple players up and chipped back. And somebody's down on the ice there. That's Laporte. And now trying to come up with the puck are the Blades. They'll get it out of their zone and they'll move it across. And that's chipped and chased by Rose Pattershuk, who will get into the offensive zone with a teammate trying to get down to that corner. Sorry, I can't see what's going on in that corner, so I'm just making it up as I go along. We've got kind of an angle there, but not really the best one. And back the other way we come with the Roughnecks leading the charge. Sydney Coleman out of the box and back on the ice after the penalty. Looking to create something here. Wide open, wide open. And nothing happening there, as that's just going to be calmly played by Coleman, who's going to allow this one to be funneled towards the net, goes off a body and into the corner. That's kind of the hard part, is this broadcast angle we're at is kind of a weird one, because just from what I see, right, you see the play develop and then you don't see the play happen, and it's like, I got to be mindful that could be an option at any time. And just because of where the gray bar is that you've seen a couple times on the clock, just kind of happens. That one directed towards the net, and Higdon, a couple of big saves. But yeah, this gray bar, just if I step back one step, kind of throws me for a loop. So I'm like, hold on, got to keep control of what's happening there and there. And I lost sight of it for a second. 1:13 to go in the second period. 2-2 score. Face off to the right of Higdon. Going to be dropped down and won back by the Roughnecks. And we've got just over 70 seconds to go as the clock will tick down here in the Roughnecks zone. Both teams battling for possession. Both teams kind of looking for this puck. Comes to the near side board, and with that, the Blades tear it back into Roughnecks territory. Fought out and back the other way we go by the Roughnecks. All right, both teams kind of, the feeling out process is done. And this one's just going to be a tight checking back and forth battle with some pucks being directed through the crease, and whoever bangs the most of those in looks like they could be the winner in this one so far through 2 periods. With 35 seconds remaining, the Roughnecks get a chance on a turnover. They're going to look for this puck and fire it into the middle of the ice, and it's just battled there by Georgia LaChance, who can't come up with a one-time opportunity, and the Roughnecks still are keeping it control and looking for something. And both teams, that backhand funnel to the front of the net has been a theme so far in this one. And that's nice to see, right? It's a big opportunity early on in a tournament. You might get a little too free skating out there and open up the game a little more than you're comfortable with. But both teams sticking to creating chances down low, directing the puck on net as much as possible, and just trying to bang them in as simple as they can be. 1.2 seconds to go in this second period. And hey, different period than that first period, but hey, you know what? Just as good so far. And my friends will set the puck down, and that'll be pretty much it. That'll be pretty much all here for this second period. We'll clear the ice and we'll get going for the third period. Now, apparently, from what I've heard, the rumor around the rink is we've only got one Zamboni this weekend. Fantastic, and there we go. There is a shot. I'm getting to see a shot here on the cell phone here, coming from Kenora, Ontario, Mrs. Schott's class. And I'm just going to take a second to put the mic up and ask what the story is here. So we found the connection through Kenora. You know, you get a chance in the intermission to ask a couple more questions than you do when you're calling the game. And so it looks like the connection back to Kenora is Zoe Edwards, and I'm told that everybody back home watching in Kenora knows Zoe and is looking forward to cheering her on all tournament long. So I appreciate you guys being along for the ride, and it's nifty stories like that. When you get a call out of the blue in the dead of January, driving home from work, you got a half an hour drive home, and somebody says, "Hey, Tyson, you mind giving me a call on the way home? I got something I'd like to ask you." And you say, "All right, I'll call you. I haven't talked to you in 4 years, but sure, I'll call you." And they say, "Hey, we'd like you to come up and do your thing," the play-by-play thing I'm doing right now for you, up in Cold Lake for the U18 Female B Hockey Provincial Championships. And I said, "Well, I'd love to. Let's get this done right. Let's set it up." That's why we have both rinks coverage. My setup over here, the main rink special stuff they got over there. My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't gone over to Cold Lake Ice TV, let me distract myself for a second and tell you, go check that game over there. But beautiful rink there as well. And so, right, somebody gives you that opportunity, and I'm not doing it because I want to come home to Cold Lake. I'm not doing it for any other reason other than the fact of the matter is you get to enjoy a weekend of stories. And it's not necessarily like, oh, this team's the best team in the tournament. They're going to go on a run and they're going to hopefully be the provincial champions on Sunday. That's not the kind of stories I'm here for. That's the hockey side of it. That figures itself out as the weekend goes along. However, the fun stories I'm here for is exactly like this Kenora story I've been told so far with Mr. Schott's class. I'm very excited for stuff like this because this is the stuff that hockey in Alberta, hockey across Canada, this is what makes it so special to me. And that's why I'm here this weekend, is when you get an opportunity to be a part of stories like that, it's a very hard opportunity to turn down. And as I said, right, as Luke Combs let us in this afternoon, if I wasn't doing this, I'd still be doing this, and that is why I'm doing this. Quite simply put, long story short, it's for the stories and the feel-good moments like this. All right, but I think I'm about ready for a break. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'd like to thank the volunteers of the tournament, my camera people for being so great so far. They've been fantastic getting you the coverage, right? I can't do this all one-man show, so they've been fantastic doing the job so far for me. And we will carry on coverage in the third period as soon as the Zamboni clears up the ice here in a few minutes' time. But until then, we're going to step aside and thank our wonderful sponsors for the tournament here in Cold Lake this weekend. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, one last story from me, as this one is one I like to tell often when I get a chance to get back on the mic once in a while, is the fact of if you ever got to watch me broadcast a game, you'd see me pace, you'd see me stand around, but you also, I'm sure you've heard it on the stream here because I got a little more sensitive mic than I normally do for this one, is I'm a guy that drinks a lot of water during a broadcast, and when you're talking a mile a minute and talking a million words a minute, you end up needing a lot of water. So the one thing I'll throw out there, and because it's happened before, that's the only reason I'm throwing it out there, no expectation on my part on this side, is if you're coming on down to the rink in Cold Lake this weekend and you're coming to rink 2 and you happen to see a guy standing here talking to himself with a headset on and he looks a little low on water or whatever, if you have an extra water bottle to spare, I'd be greatly appreciating that, because my goodness, it's quite insane how fast you go through water, and you never can plan on when you're going to be out of water is the problem. It's not that I don't have water bottle refills, like there's sinks all over the place, there's water bottle refill units in the other rink. That's not the problem. It's just a matter of having those extra bottles on hand in case you accidentally run out of water mid-period. It's good to have. So if anyone's coming on down and has an extra bottle, and you feel like chipping it along to the broadcast, that is always greatly appreciated. I know I was baffled the first time it happened. Somebody came up and dropped a whole case of water right next to my desk in St. Paul when I was broadcasting the Cold Lake Ice versus St. Paul Canadiens first round in 2018. I'm like, what's this for? And they're like, well, you need it, don't you? And I'm like, holy crap, somebody thought of me. Thank you very much. So, that felt great. So, just, if anyone's even thinking of doing that, I just figured I'd better pass that along and let you think about that. Anyway, we're going live now for an hour and 45 minutes already. And what I like to pass along throughout the live streams, I do this for Oilers stuff, I've done it for video games in the past, I've done it all on YouTube, quite honestly. What I like to pass along when I'm on YouTube, when I'm doing a live stream, is just some of the stats. Some of what you don't see in the background. Mostly what you see is likes and how many people are watching along with you. Currently there's 33 of you watching along. Of course, the class in Kenora, Ontario, that kind of ups the numbers, but doesn't, but does. Kind of sketchy numbers, right? 33 is a vague number. That's how many devices are logged in to watch my live stream this afternoon here on Dolynny TV. That said, is we've had a total of 155 unique viewers come on by the live stream today. I appreciate that, because that's, again, like I said, we weren't sure what kind of support the live streams were going to get with everything opening up here this spring, but we find ourselves currently with 155 views on the live stream and a total average view duration. This is the coolest metric on YouTube, quite honestly, in my opinion, of 16 minutes and 42 seconds. So that everybody of those 156 views, when somebody comes in, on average, so obviously, right, if somebody's been watching in Leduc since the start of the stream, that's what boosts this number. But on average, everybody that tunes into the stream spends 16 minutes and 45 seconds here in Cold Lake with us this weekend. That is fantastic, and I'm looking forward to that going only crazier throughout the weekend. But my friends, we got to figure out who's running camera for the first half of the third period and who's running it for the back half, as we are back ready to get underway for this third period. I've talked myself silly all afternoon. I'll continue to do it all weekend. But how about we get back to some hockey for the next few hours here and get things going. The Roughnecks getting the support of their crowd, and of course, just as with any other kind of hockey in a one-sided rink setup, you got the Roughnecks crowd on the home side of the rink, and then you've got the Blades side. And of course, the stands, I'd say, pretty much equal from what I can see. A little bit more people standing on the Blades side than the Roughnecks side here in Cold Lake this afternoon, but hey, you know what, to each to their own. You stand there and have a good time and chat away as the kids, the nieces, whatever you want to say, the grandkids, play some hockey as we get set for the third period. Ladies and gentlemen, let's finish this one up, shall we? Puck is down. Face off, one back by the Roughnecks, and away we go in this third period with 20 minutes to go. Giveaway right there, chance in on net, swallowed up by Higdon on the shot by Kiana Ehrenberg right out of the gate. Again, some fast starts by the Blades in the past two periods. That was a heck of a chance right off the hop, and 9 seconds gone in the third period. We'll start again to the right of Higdon. All right. Okay. Maybe that's something I got to watch all tournament is the Blades, as soon as that puck goes down in the period, they're going to look to score every time. However, the Roughnecks, they win this face-off. They get it, to the zone. Yes, they do. And now it's going to go across to the far side, chipped in there, and chip and charge, in fact, by Madison Wood, who will go all the way length of the ice to try and come up with that puck against a couple of Blades, but they'll work it out. And now turnover by the Roughnecks at the blue line, kept in and chipped out by the Blades last second. And now a big collision there, a player coming in trying to keep that puck from going into her zone, but both players fall into each other, and that was a big heavy collision there along the benches. As this one comes down into that near side corner, I tell you, I'm going to be cursing it all weekend long as that emerges a shot there for Emma Guler, but she can't get it going. And now back the other way come the Blades. They're going to rush this attack in, and it's going to be chipped there. Good stop by Peyton Pasemko, coming up with a big defensive stick, and it will be an icing call with 18:53 to go. There have been some fantastic defensive sticks in this game so far. I think that's the most underrated part of this game so far is both teams have committed to that tight checking, lock it down, sticks in the lane, sticks in the face kind of thing to keep the pucks from going deep into the zone with pure control. Now this face-off won by the Roughnecks. They're going to get it out to the point, but it'll be kept in briefly on the Blades side of things by Amber Marth, and then a turnover allows the Blades to come up with the puck. It'll be chipped there through the slot. Couple of bodies, one man down, and away we go into the corner near side. Puck comes all the way around, and that'll be by Rodrigue, keeping that one in there. She'll get it across, and now in back to her at the point. Rodrigue fires the shot, comes through, deflects off a body. That was a heck of a bounce, but it doesn't find the back of the net for the Blades. And now back into the corner it goes. Both teams battling there. Two bodies on it from each team, and away it goes to Rodrigue at the point, who dances line, keeps it in. Fantastic effort, comes to the middle, and the Roughnecks tie it up there against the Blades, and it'll be back out in the neutral. Rodrigue with it again, and here she loads up, and that was looking like it was going to be something for the Blades, but it's an offside instead. And with 17:55 to go in the third period, we've got ourselves still a 2-2 tie. All right, and I'd like to thank Michaela for the heads up on the stream, correcting me. It is not Fuse, it is Foose. So I appreciate that. I was looking for direction from that from the start of the stream. Quite honestly, when I read off the rosters at the start, I was wondering, I'm like, there's going to be 3 or 4 names on each roster I'm not 100% sure on, and I'm just going to go with something until someone tells me different. And I appreciate Michaela finally stepping up and telling me different there. As the Roughnecks are going to start it back the other way, chipped in there by Henderson. Henderson's going to see it go behind the boards and maybe follow it upside of the net. Chance on net line, a couple of saves, scrambling the net, and it finally bounces out, literally just shoots out from the crease to the boards, and the Blades are able to start back the other way. Heck of a couple of whacks there for Henderson to try and beat line. But again, same as that second period, both goaltenders really in the zone here as the last 23 minutes have gotten underway. The shot from the point blocked there by the Roughnecks, and now the Blades going for a change. That pass just kind of goes errantly off of Roughneck away, and well, that's going to allow the Blades to just fire it down the length of the ice. And giving charge there is Jules Foose. I got it this time, see? And she'll back up. Or was that Foose? Or maybe not, that wasn't Foose. Sorry, number 12 and number 17 for the Roughnecks. The jersey numbers look eerily similar from the distance I'm up at. So my pardon if I'm accidentally getting out there. Foose is out there now as the Blades controlling their own zone on the left D. Out there for the Roughnecks. Now charged back there by Pasemko. Pasemko plays it to the point. It's going to come all the way back into the neutral. Found there by Collins, who will get it over to Rodrigue. Rodrigue fires it off the boards and past the defender, Foose. And now we find ourselves in the near side corner where the Roughnecks are going to just simply play it around. It goes all the way back. Nobody to the point to Rodrigue, who keeps it alive and gets it down to Ehrenberg, who goes to the slot looking for McGlarity. McGlarity can't come up with it. It gets past Collins, and now back the other way looking to come is Coleman. She can't get it across the blue line, so it'll be fired there by Pasemko. and off the boards, and they're not going to rule that icing. They had time to touch that puck, so no icing on the play, and back out of their zone. Look to come the Blades. It'll be chipped ahead and carried by Madison House into the zone. House takes a swipe at it, can't come up with the puck. So now at their own blue line, it is the Roughnecks looking to play this one forward. Chip there, and well, down the ice go the Roughnecks. And I don't know if you're watching here on the camera or not very closely, but there's a couple little extra chips and jabs going when players are going down the ice away from the puck. And I'm liking the spirit in this one. I'm really liking that. Liking seeing that there's that competitive edge. Both teams realize where they are, what they're trying to achieve, and they got 15 minutes and 13 seconds to try and score that next goal to come out a victor. So there's a lot going on this game, and there's a lot to be battled for here at Hockey Alberta Provincials. This puck played ahead and into the zone by the Roughnecks, into that corner. That corner again. I'm just seeing nothing here. Somebody's got a puck, I'm sure. Who and where? I'm not 100% sure. Can I watch on the camera? The camera's delayed. Never mind. As this one back met there by LeChance, who will get it across and up on a secondary pass. LeChance meets it there at the far boards along the penalty boxes again. And that's going to allow Foose to come on in. Sorry, Goofers to come on in to the offensive zone and set up the attack now. That met there. Goofers played it down. We're in that corner again. My apologies, but Goofers battling in there. And Lana Goofers sees it go around the boards to the back of the boards and battled there. And looks like the Blades have a chance to set up an attack. There's a little bit of a delay getting through the neutral zone, but Darian Weiss still giving charge and going into the near side corner now with that puck. The Blades looking for a shot directed there by Katie Antonio wide of the net. Antonio sees it go back to the point. McGlarity. McGlarity fires the shot. And that's going to be covered by Higgins. Higdon, sorry. I feel like I'm saying McGlarity wrong, but I think when I go going too fast, I say it too wrong. I think it might be McGlattery, but I'm really just looking for some clearance on that as well, please. If anyone can offer. Shot off the face-off, goes wide of the net. Big opportunity there for the Blades, goes by the wayside. Now battling behind the net are the Blades and Roughnecks, looking for something. There we go. One of the cameramen just on the period shift off, ended up scoring a poutine. The guy's a little jealous, might have to go score one himself, as this puck's going to go back down into the corner. And Collins will go to meet it there, get it ahead and up and out of the zone briefly. Three Roughnecks converge on the puck. Coming up with it is going to be the Blades, possibly. Yep, they're going to come up with it and fire it around the boards. And coming hard into the corner is Emily LeBurge for the Roughnecks, trying to keep that puck in, and it's going to be turned right over to Aspen Murdoch, who fires the shot on net. And finally, after that puck kind of wobbling around the zone a couple of different times, we have a freeze, and we have a face-off to the right of line. Okay, reset, recover, regroup, let's go. 13:08 to go in the third period. Face off, down, and its bounce is just kind of out of both players' reach. That one hit the ice and just whoop, gone to the left. And now off a couple of players in the neutral zone, and it'll go back into the Blades territory, looking to start this puck out with a chance here. That be Rodrigue back there battling this puck, looking for a chance. He's going to get it up the boards and chipped ahead and out of the zone, but met there by Pasemko, who will fire it back into Blades territory. Again, this game, tight checking, right? I wasn't sure what to anticipate in this provincial tournament, whether it was going to be a little bit wide open hockey or it was going to be tight checking. And this one so far, a 2-2 game that we've only seen one goal in the past 27 and a half minutes. In the second period, pretty fantastic so far. Pasemko takes an elbow, goes down. I don't know if we've got an arm up. We don't have an arm up, so it's going to be a 5-on-5 stay for the Blades, who get the chance on net. Save there. Shot from McGlarity comes flying in about neck high. Blocked down by somebody in front, and the Roughnecks will start back the other way. They're going to dump it in and go for the line change. That's probably a smart call, as that line was just kind of hemmed in their own zone briefly there as well. And now 11:55 to go. Legs, well, tired might be a word. Friday morning, travel day yesterday, or maybe even last night. And now you're just trying to get fired up and get going into the third period, try and get the next goal. But you've already played 2.5 periods of hockey. And both teams committed to that defensive structure. You got to imagine both teams just trying to minimize risk and maximize opportunity down the stretch here in rink number 2 in Cold Lake. The chance for Leduc to get through the neutral zone, they do. That carried ahead by Lana Goofers. Shot fired wide with 11:17 on the clock. That was a good looking chance, but goes wide of the net. And now chance comes down again. Blocked in front there by Zoe Edwards and fired out. Now, okay, this one takes a weird hop, and that's going to be pounced on by Emmeline McGlarty, who just comes charging in, creating all kinds of chaos. She's gone through about 3 Roughnecks at this point, and still has the players tied up in the near side corner. And somebody's down, somebody's not down. I'm not sure what's going on there. There's about 6 or 7 heads in the way there. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera there, but there's also a gray bar in your guys' way. My apologies for that, but I don't know if there's really any solution there. Face off to the right of Higdon after the whistle. 10:48 to go, and both sides of the rink starting to get a little more amped up into it as we go down the stretch, looking for things to kind of even out here and find out who's going to score that next goal, if someone's going to score next goal. I don't know if anyone's told me if there's provincial tournament regulations, so I'm sure there's an overtime protocol or a tie protocol somewhere in those regulations. I believe at the Junior B Provincials there's ties, so I'd assume same situation applies here, and I would hate to be whoever has to figure out the goal differential if this one ends in a tie. 2-2 we sit. Blades and Roughnecks playing the majority of this third period kind of tied up in the neutral zone at times, and that's not necessarily a bad thing for either side. More or less a game plan, realistically, if I'm being honest with you. When you're looking to play some provincial hockey, you want to try and minimize risk, maximize opportunity, as I said, and that's what it looks like both teams are trying to do in this third period. Comes down the ice to Higdon. Higdon will play it off to the defender, LeBerge. And LeBerge plays it ahead and cuts through 1-2, turn back, maybe, and the puck finally squeaks away from her, and it'll be chipped back in by the Blades. The Blades see it come on down into the corner. They're going to charge there, and it's drawing a hook is Emmeline McGlarty, and that's played off the stick by Higdon. And I'm actually curious as to see why it wasn't called down by Higdon's stick and instead called down once the Roughnecks touched it in the corner. That's kind of curious if you're asking me, but that's all right. I'm still trying to figure out kind of the ins and outs of this tournament, so everything that I'm kind of questioning the officials on, I'm trying to learn from. Not questioning the officials, just trying to learn from and understand why, as I'm trying to get clarity there. As that one goes wide of the net, and of course goes back off the boards. And of course, if anyone asks me a question, why did that happen, I'd like to try and have an answer for you as well. So I'm just trying to more or less ask myself why that didn't happen and figure it out for myself and then relay it to you. As we're now on the penalty kill here in this one, it's the Leduc Roughnecks who find themselves on the penalty kill, and it's Emmeline McGlarty passing it off. Shot comes across, looking for the rebound. There was Ehrenberg. She can't come up with it. Now they're just going to keep it in. It's going to go to Pasemko, pardon me. Pasemko tries to flip it out. Now in front of the net it bounces. 2 chances, 3 chances, and a wraparound chance, and slapped away by Higdon. And my goodness, you know what? The goaltending we have seen on these penalty kills tonight has been fantastic so far out of both goalies. And I'm very much so looking forward to that continuing for both teams the rest of the tournament, because these teams play like that during the tournament, all tournament long. They're going to have a hard time getting out on Sunday, that's for sure. They might find themselves back here at Imperial Place Sunday at 3 p.m. playing the way they have against each other so far. 47 seconds to go in the penalty kill. Now wheeled up by Hannah McGlarty. She's coming all the way over the line, and there was a little poke there last second and some feet up to try and avoid a collision on that shot, but a good drive to the net and looking for those rebounds. And like I said, minimize risk, maximize opportunity down the stretch and try and find yourself that 3-2 goal. That's really all we're looking for in this game at this point. Both teams playing a fantastic hockey game so far. Face-off, scrambled up, but drawn back to the point. Now pitch and catch, D to Rodrigue from Collins. Collins got it across there to Rodrigue, who's battling to keep it in, and that will go now down by the Blades into that danger area. Shot comes in, and I'm not really sure. Okay, all right. That's Rose Pattershuk waving off the Blades crowd. The Blades crowd was celebrating a goal, thinking that one had somehow hopped past Higdon. But Pattershuk gives the, that didn't go in, my friends. So we're back, face off to the right of Higdon, one back, and it's Rodrigue at the point. Shot comes in, bounces in front. You talk about these pucks, some of them just look like they're going in the way they're going. Rodrigue, good one to keep it in at the point, and now all of a sudden that one tucked in there and played back out. So now back down around behind the net. You gotta love it. You know, people who aren't naturally used to walking through big buildings where there's cameras in the way all the time, I love the reaction. The penalty is killed off, by the way, with 7:14 to go in the third period. I love the reaction of people who are walking in front of a camera during the live broadcast. Always one of the best parts of what I do. Anyway, played back. Rodriguez now leading the rush for the Blades. Fired shot wide, potentially off the glove of Higdon, and now back around the net it goes. This one played there by House. House wires it around to McGladdery. McGladdery plays it back to the point. Now the shot from Collins goes off of McGladdery, and that will be played down and kept in. Good push forward by Taryn Regan, who gets the chance again from out behind the net to the front of the net, looking for that bounce, looking for that extra stick in front, and it'll be in the neutral now for the Blades. The Roughnecks will meet it there on the far side, half wall. Met there and out to the middle, and that one just missed the stick of Emma Reed, or that would have been a heck of a chance for the Roughnecks to get an opportunity here late in the third. This one's been good. This one's been good. Only thing is, I'm wondering if the voice will hold up in the next game, because I think we only get about a half-hour break before the next game, so that's going to be interesting to see how that works. So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to join me back again in about 15-20 minutes after this one ends for the fourth game of the tournament. Fourth game of the tournament, where we'll be in this rink yet again on Dolynny TV, ready to rock and roll. Face off. Eventually, there's a little bit of a delay. They're looking, somebody's calling something, and they're actually going to pull it out of the zone. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're pulling it out of the zone back to the blue line, and here we go. Just actually for the first time on the live stream too, crossing 40 viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, you spoil a guy. Quite honestly, you do. These kind of numbers, don't see them every day anymore, and I appreciate the heck out of it as we go down the stretch here. 6:05 to go in the third period of play here at rink number 2 for game number 2 of the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships here in Cold Lake. Puck played out into the middle, and it's going to go back to the point, and it's nearing 1:05. I'd like to see this game kind of wrap up here before 3:30, so as Miss Shots class can watch the game wrap up and get home on time, unless school in Ontario closes at 3 o'clock. Alberta problems. Puck played back in by the Roughnecks. They're going to get on the attack here, and it's going to be Emma Guler playing it around. She takes a hard spill in behind the net, and now the puck goes into the near side corner again, near side corner. I'm going to be yelling about that all weekend, and that's fine. But the chance there, tipped on net, and big save by Shay Lane to come up with that one, similar to what Higdon did in another period, where it just kind of flutters on net, and you just have to don't bounce wrong, don't bounce wrong, don't bounce wrong, and make the save when it comes to you. All right, puck down here for the face-off, and it'll be the Roughnecks winning it back. Shot incoming, and swallowed up by Line. Shukin with the shot from the point, and Line crawls over for the save, makes it, and we find ourselves another face-off to the left of Line. That one swallowed up again by Line. Line's made 3 stops here, back to back to back, 3 back to back to back face-offs in the offensive zone for the Roughnecks, and this one's trending. This one's trending. Roughnecks making a push, and they've been good. They're sneaky good off those face-offs, directing the puck to the net if they win the face-off. And this one kind of scrambled up in that near side corner half wall again. And the Roughnecks are going to see it come out of the zone. Blades with numbers back the other way, spun around, and Emmeline. Oh man, now I'm in my own head about that. McGladdery comes up with the puck, and she still got it, so I got time to recover. But how about this? The Roughnecks come up with a steal, can't get it into the offensive zone, and then instead it's just going to chip to the blue line there for the Blades, who will come back the other way. Rodrigue, all kinds of time to skate and move, and she's going to chase to the backhand, be taken out. Ooh, big collision into the end boards. Arm goes up immediately. Rodrigue powers up. Rodrigue's up before the Roughnecks, so can't say that ain't a good sign when you get taken out into the end boards and you're the first one up skating back to the bench. That's a heck of an effort there. That was one of those, you know, like similar to that play on McDavid by Giordano. You're driving to the net, and on that backhand side, something bad's bound to happen once in a while. I'm just glad to see both players get up, and the worst that it is a 2-minute penalty. But it's also nice to see these players go out there and really just give it their all. Because quite honestly, right, like, you know, if you've been playing hockey to this level, you know that when you cut to the backhand side like that and try to go drive to the net, you have a chance of getting run into the end boards no matter what kind of hockey you're playing. And you still take that chance in Provincials, that ought to show the coach a thing or two, that's for sure. So good effort there from the Roughnecks to seal it off. A good effort there from the Blades to draw the power play. And maybe that's the effort too, is take it to the net and hope for a power play. Why not? Risk life and limb for it? Why not? It is Provincials at the end of the day, and you got to lay it on the line as the Roughnecks win the faceoff. They'll get it down the ice on the penalty kill, and this is a huge kill for the Roughnecks. May I remind you, we got 4:10 to go in the game, and $1.50 on the power play for the Roughnecks. So this is a massive kill for them to try and go out there and win this game. But that shot fired wide by Emmeline McGladdery. Wow, that was a heck of a look, and just put it wide of the left post. Now back around, and there's a little pushing and shoving in front of the net, getting me distracted. Shot comes in, pounced on by Higdon, and a big hit there from Jules Cruz. And okay, front of the net is not a friendly place to be tonight here in this game. They're going to assess the player for damage down there. I'm not sure who got hit there, but it was number 15, Katie Antonio, in front. And she's a little sore down there on the ice. And it looks like the trainer is going to come out and try and assess what's going on with Antonio. She's up, so the trainer's going to kind of turn around. But that one, crease clearing's been a factor in this one as well. But Antonio's up, that's a good sign. Glad to see the cheer from the crowd, and looks like we'll be getting back underway. All right. Let's get going. Face off to the right of Higdon. Puck is down. Roughnecks win it back. Face off comes back, and kind of this one. Ooh, big bounce in front. Stopped there by Alyssa Horseman, briefly looking to whack it into the net. Now it goes back into the corner, and there's Rodrigue skating around with it. She's looked great out there on those skates tonight. That one rush to tie it up in the second period was just phenomenal, and now a factor here in the third period on the power play potentially. Still down a man are the Roughnecks, and well, looking to clear things up here as it goes down in behind the net, carried by the Roughnecks, looking to get out of their own zone. That's Emma Guler who's carrying, and look at this, she's got some space and she's going to get around, and she's going to carry it all the way down, push her way into the zone, and get it into the far side corner with 30 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Shot comes in. What a stick from Rodrigue in front to stop that puck from going any further. And now that'll allow the Blades to set up the attack, coming back the other way. 2-on-1, kind of, sort of. It's going to be chipped there and down onto Higdon by Ehrenberg. And that'll be a face-off yet again with, may I remind you, we've had a lot of action the past minute and 47 seconds, but we still got a 13-second time chunk left in the power play for the Blades with 2:36 to go in the third period. And this one's going to be battled into the corner. Blades looking to do anything with the time remaining. McGladdery across, shot fired high and up over top of the net. And that will pretty much do it for the power play here in the late third period as Roughnecks kill it off. And now the Blades looking to turn this puck over, but it's gone up and out of the zone to Henderson. Henderson chips it down, giving chases Coleman, but she will come up short and it will be an icing with 2:12 to go in the third period. You know, I was pretty nervous to come on live this morning for the first time in 3.5 years, but I think I'm even more nervous to see what happens in the final 2:12 here in this third period. A hockey game like this, it builds, it builds, it builds. Both teams doing a fantastic job building all throughout. And how about this? We've got almost 2 minutes to decide what happens in game 2, the first game on rink 2 today. The shot comes in, shot saved by Higdon. Backhand opportunity, scramble in front. Higdon covers it up. She's up quickly. And there's a little pushing and shoving in front. And both teams, like I said, they've come with a purpose in this one. Tight checking, but they are looking to cash everything that gets into the paint. And that's a fantastic mentality at Provincials. No one person's going to win you the tournament. You just got to go out there and fire everything on and try and bang home as many opportunities as possible. And so far, so good for both teams. Crashing the crease and really trying to make the most of other opportunities they get so far through this one. Of course, there's no shot clock in this rink either, so that's been an interesting development. I have no clue what the shots are, and I don't have the time to write it down. Shot goes into the corner from the Blades on the dump in. And now with a $1:38 to go in. Ooh, what a keep in there with $1:38 to go in by Rodrigue. And she's going to carry it around again to the backhand side. 2 minutes later, and no fear to go to the backhand drive to the net again. But that one comes up empty, and back the other way comes Coleman for the Roughnecks. It's going to lead in the charge. It's going to be turned out past the blue line, so offside they were briefly. And now Henderson in, or not Henderson, sorry, yeah, that was Henderson in there for the Roughnecks looking to come up with that puck, and it's free, and Henderson will skate right past it, unfortunately, and that allows the Blades to come up with the puck, and here we go. A minute left on the clock. Let's get something good going. We got time winding down. Both teams trying to chip this puck towards or away from the net. Wide open net. Shot misses. Tied up there was Chloe Volsky. A wide open net. Couldn't get it past. And now back the other way come the Blades. This one going to be met there by Volsky, who just missed that opportunity. Looking for a little redemption to get this puck out of the zone first. Shot comes on Higdon. Paddles it to behind the net, and now the Blades with 27 seconds to go looking for anything to try and get a puck on net, but it goes past Collins at the point, back the other way. Now coming Murdoch chasing this puck down, trying to get it to Volsky. Volsky couldn't come up with it, and the Blades 8 seconds to go. Shot fired across wide of everybody. Now into the corner, and we've got 1 second on the clock. That will do it. Puck shot deflected off a player, and that is a 2-2 hockey game after 3 periods of play. And my friends, everybody hitting the ice. That looks like it'll do it for game number 1 here in Cold Lake on rink 2. I can breathe. That was a heck of a game, quite honestly. That was fantastic. The effort from both teams to go out there and play the way they did, right? High scoring first period game given. And then all of a sudden 1 goal to tie it up by Beaverlodge, and it's a 2-2 final after the Roughnecks and Beaverlodge traded goals back and forth in that first period. And that was a heck of a game. Quite honestly, that is how, ladies and gentlemen, you want to open up a tournament if you're asking me. That was fantastic to see out of both teams. We'll have the handshakes at center ice, and that will pretty much do it for us here in Cold Lake for game 2 don't forget, we'll be back live right away. Like, I think we're back live in no time at all, to be honest with you. I think if I go check the live counter, we are back live at, I've got a schedule, so I couldn't tell you. But we're back live right away here at rink number 2. But that'll do it between the Roughnecks and Blades. A 2-2 game finishes up after 60 minutes of hockey. A fantastic game, and the way you want to open a tournament if you're both teams. Obviously, you'd like the win, but the effort level, the commitment to detail, and the commitment to just shutting it down and going out there to win a game potentially was fantastic to watch from both sides to open up this tournament, that's for sure. So now I think we're going to have the player of the game ceremonies from both squads. So it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out here. But nice to see both teams on the ice. Just waiting to figure out what finishes this game off with the players of the game. All right. I've got a muscle in my jaw that's rather sore. That could be a problem this weekend. So for the Beaverlodge Blades, it'll be Shea Line, well-deserved MVP of this game. I mean, right, both teams' commitment to detail was great, but the goaltending in this one was absolutely fantastic. They went out there and earned it, both the tenders. So to see Shea... And there you go. How about that? Real recognizes real. We've got both goaltenders winning MVP of this game, and why not? A tremendous performance turned in by both netminders to A, get us through 60, and B, keep it 2-2. There were some bounces, there were some chances, and when you look at it, those bounces that went in, they weren't the fault of the goaltenders. So both of them going away with the MVP honors in this one. That is fantastic.
Thanks,
for both sides. No worries. Look forward to seeing you the rest of the weekend. All right, that was quite the game to open up the tournament, that is for sure. And now we will await what happens with the ice clearing and ready to get going in the next period here. So give me a sec, I'm going to step aside, and I think that'll be pretty much it for this stream. We'll start again here in a few moments' time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson Dolynny. Thank you for watching Dolynny TV.